Welcome. This episode of my VA disability claim. All right, so I've heard about a disability claim, but what is it, right? This is for the beginners, right? This whole series we're about to do. We got a beginner level, we got an intermediate, we got an advanced level. This is for the beginners, right? I heard about it, and even if you've already filed a bunch of claims, right, you're the expert, we get it, we understand. Why not watch the video to make sure I'm giving out the right information? Huh? You know, it's always wise to check the foundation. That's all I'm saying. In this scenario, though, I'm like green to the VA process. Like I heard about it, I don't know about it, right? But I am hearing that it's something I need to know about. A couple of my guys is telling me like, "Hey, man, you need to." So I'm like, "Okay, I need to look into this, right? Okay, Well, let's go. Let's look into it. Okay. So you want to file a disability claim, You heard people are getting like medical coverage. I'm hearing some people are getting monthly payments. I'm like, whoa, for stuff that happened to them while they were in the military? And they're like, yeah, that's what's going on. So I'm like, really? How does that work? This is how it works. Okay, federal regulations are what allow people who have served in the military to file what's called disability claims, right? And that's for any disability that they have that was caused or aggravated by their time in the military. Federal regulations allow this to be done, right? That's what this is all based on. Federal regulations, specifically Chapter 38 of the Code of Federal Regulations, Part 3.303. You can see it right there, right? That's what this is all based on, a federal regulation. So you say to yourself, I think I have disabilities that were caused by the military, right? What should I do about it? Good question, So now you think you can file a claim for the conditions that you're dealing with, right? You heard about this VA stuff. I think I can file. And now you're thinking you should file. Like, I should go ahead and file, right? So what's the first thing you should do? Okay, there's two things really. The first one is make a list of the conditions that you want to file for, right? That's where it starts. What does that mean, make a list? What does that mean, make a list? That means write down or have somebody write it down for you, but write down all the symptoms that you're dealing with that you believe are related to your military service, right? That's where you start, writing down those symptoms, right? You start with the symptoms and that'll lead you to potential conditions. But you want to start with the symptoms though, right? We're not doctors. None of us are doctors, but we can describe what's going on with our bodies, right? That's what we're asking you to do, the symptoms, right? Just write down the symptoms and that'll lead to the condition. Again, we're not doctors, but we can describe what's going on with our bodies. That's what we're talking about. Remember, we always want to start at the beginning, all right? We don't want to skip steps or nothing. Let's start at the beginning. Let's walk down and get them all. And I mean, if you know, you know. And the beginning of the disability claim is the disabilities that you wish to file for. Every disability you file for will be evaluated individually, right? Keep that's not a group thing. No. Individually, they look at each one. They have ratings and all that stuff for each one. So that's step one, writing down that list of conditions that I'm dealing with and that I believe I can file for. And then step two, submit that VA form 21-0966. Send that up to the VA. That's called the intent to file, right? This is what the form looks like right here for you. When you complete this form and send it to the VA, that'll give you 12 months to put together a strong claim for disabilities that were caused by your military service. Again, 12 months. And you can do this, you can mail this form up there once you complete it. You can do it online through eBenefits. You could even fax it if you wanted to, right? Complete the form and then fax it to the VA. And that's the first part. Again, keeping it simple for anybody who's new to this VA claims process. Heard about it, whoa, can I do this? I think I can, maybe I can, maybe I should. If you should, these are the first two steps. Start with making that list of the symptoms that you're dealing with. Start with the symptoms. Don't go straight conditions, because even if you go straight to the conditions, you're still going to have to describe the symptoms, right? So we want to get you in the habit of looking at this thing a certain way. It's about my symptoms. because that's how they're going to rate it on the back end also. So why not come in from the beginning? Okay, it's about my symptoms. I'm experiencing this. I'm not a doctor, but I can describe what's going on with my body, right? Boom, boom. So we make that list. That's the first step. And then second step, do that intent to file. Make your list. Give yourself some time to put together a strong claim, all right? Now, when you finish this 5-part series, you'll know the process from the beginning to the end. From the idea of, man, should I file a claim, to actually sending up the claim to the VA so it can be evaluated, all right? Keep it simple. You can't do step 2 until you have successfully completed step 1. All right, we try to keep it simple. We try to keep it useful. And as always, hey, learn the information. Use the information. And if you deem it to be valuable, come on now, don't be selfish, bro. Don't be selfish. Share the information, right? That's what we're here to do. We're sharing information anyways. Why not share some positive, useful, helpful information? Hey, have an incredible day, baby. You know what it is, man.